Hey guys, welcome to the DG Roundtable for October 7th. Let's get started. So it's been 3 weeks since the last roundtable. We had a bit of a delay. Last week I was attending the BCG Founder Summit in Atlanta. It was a great event. Got to network with a few different industry professionals in the DCG ecosystem. So thanks for everyone for pushing this one back 1 week. But yeah, let's get into it. Initially, I'd like to share just a few different features that Decentral Games got in the news over the last 3 weeks, starting with the Binance Smart Chain investment. It's awesome to have Binance Smart Chain on board. They invested a chunk from their $100 million accelerator fund into DG. It's vested for them, and so it's awesome to have them as an aligned partner, especially as we been constructing a BSC casino initially as like the first kind of venture with the Binance Smart Chain folks. So we'll be sharing more info on that pending a few different announcements, but excited to eventually roll that out. I think you probably have seen the build kind of near the DEX tower already. We got featured in the Business Insider article that was actually just speaking about Facebook's investment in Metaverse. I think they have about a $50 million fund that's specifically making investments in the Metaverse. And so it was awesome to have DG mentioned as well as Decentraland in this article as we're, one of the first venture-backed projects in the Metaverse space. We announced the Data Network partnership. Data is a great platform. They have a huge community. It's great to have them on board as we, fire up several different streams throughout all of our venues. And managing these streams has become increasingly important for us as we bring on more partners and want to kind of extend our infrastructure for streaming content for each one individually with ease for the partners. So it was awesome to announce that partnership on the 23rd. And then finally on the 6th of October, started getting some PR around our huge launch party for the Amnesia Ibiza venue that's right across the street from Tominoya. If you haven't checked it out already, I would hop over there and scope it. It's pretty cool. And so, yeah, that event is in a few days. I would say definitely RSVP on the events page and to learn more info on all the different performers that we have lined up. It's quite a stacked lineup. So definitely check that out. In terms of past DAO proposals, there's a few. We, updated the rewards rates for governance, going to add new tokens to the gameplay tokens list, including ICE once we launch that at the end of this month, and then DG. And then we'll be removing USDT and Atari just because there's not much volume in those, specifically in our main venues. And finally, we had a big proposal that stirred up a bit of dialogue in our Discord around the token split, which was passed. So we've been working on kind of the best user experience to ensure a smooth transition from the old DG to the new DG contract, and we'll be targeting, I would say, like a November rollout of this. We'll be, sharing a bit more details of this, as the date nears. But essentially, it'll just be a swap between the old DG and new DG, 1 to 1,000. And we understand that there's going to be a bit of gas fees involved with this. So we're figuring out kind of how to compensate folks for that to make it, as seamless as possible to redeem the new tokens and ultimately have DG a bit more accessible for folks, because I think a lot of people, due to our low market or due to our low cap of the supply, kind of this unit bias that prevents them from wanting to own DG. So to kind of put us on a level playing field with some of the other DAOs currently, we're looking to roll this out soon. And then also on that note, we're going to be having the bridge on Polygon as well. So kind of working that out with our crypto and web teams currently, so to make that as seamless as possible. So you'll be able to redeem the old DG, which is the current DG, for the new DG tokens on Polygon directly. So if you do have DG on Polygon, you won't need to withdraw to the main chain, swap, and then deposit back to Polygon. You'll be able to just swap it directly on the Polygon sidechain. In terms of ice poker development, we've made a considerable amount of progress over the last 3 weeks since we last had the roundtable. We have the whole check-in flow already sorted. Basically, it just does a detect of all the wearables in your wallet, and also the ones that are delegated to you. It instructs you to equip the ones that are in your wallet that you don't have on. This does a check right after you check in. And then based on the amount of wearables, obviously that would allocate the adequate amount of chips that you would be able to play ice poker and start playing to earn ice with. We went over this a bit last time. There's obviously on the top right, the daily leaderboard display with the net chip score to be able to move up to increase your ice multiplier. This is displayed when you're not inside of a game. Obviously, when you're in a game, the players at your table, if you're here. And then, obviously the tracking, the ice challenges is always going to be on the bottom right, and you can see your progress, accordingly. We added a few different modals to kind of help people equip the items if they don't have it equipped. So basically, it instructs you how to open the backpack and put it on. And then we also added like a easier way to hop to a different server, because in the bottom, in the top right portion here, we redesigned this box to kind of show you all your wearables and your balances of ICE, XP, and DG. So we felt that it was really important to kind of keep this functionality that we have currently by just collapsing this area and allowing you to swap into a new server by just clicking something on this modal that pops up. Here's a bit of one of our testing sessions. As you can see, it's the same type of gameplay as regular poker that we have currently, but the new UI elements. Top right is the same. This is new, obviously, to show the wearables and the hopping of realms. And then obviously the tracking of your ice challenges is a bit different from the UI that allows you to change tokens. And then this is an example of an animation for when you've completed one of your challenges and you get ice allocated. This ice is allocated right here, and so you'd be added to your expected ice earnings on the bottom right hand of the UI. And then this obviously accrues over time, and it can be influenced by the multipliers that you're racking up. And so it's not until the end of the day, which is midnight UTC, when this is actually sent to the blockchain so you can claim it. And so it's only done once every 24 hours. So over the course of each day, based on your performance, you can either boost that expected winnings or it could get decreased if obviously if you're not performing very well in poker. So it's important to note that when it displays an amount of ice, it's not exactly in your wallet yet. It's only distributed at the end of each day. Here's a bit of a screenshot to just outline kind of like the ICE wearables browse page. Obviously, over time, we're going to have a lot more NFTs here. This will be the 5 that we roll out with a bit later this month. We're going to be actually adding like a view, so you actually can see all the different the entire fit on the avatar, and then swap through kind of like each level, so you can see what it would look like when you're on level 1, 2, 3, 4, and then finally the top level 5 diamond hands. And so that should be live shortly. But this is just a sneak peek of the wearables page, which will be found under offerings, and then ICE wearables, which is right under our NFT tab. You guys have probably seen these before. It's just like an example of the different levels. So obviously the top level is like all golden, with the bottom level being kind of the grayish white, and then a few different colors in between. And you'll see kind of the different abilities that you have based on the status of each NFT. So this is P2E enabled. That means it's activated, so you'll be able to upgrade it or delegate it. If it's not activated, this is as if you purchase it from OpenSea direct, secondary marketplace, you'll need to activate it. All of the wearables that we sell directly on the site will be activated by default, which means that they'll have a bonus level and won't require the DG activation fee. But if you do buy it from OpenSea, then you'll have to activate it. And then once you delegate a wearable, this is what it will look like in terms of state, and you can just withdraw the delegation as an option. In terms of delegation, we've been kind of sorting out the different logic required for that. Basically, the way it's going to work is you only can be delegated to by one other player or one other NFT holder. So, for example, you will not be able to receive delegation from two different addresses. But if you do receive delegation from one address, then you'll be able to receive up to 5 NFTs delegated to you from that address. On the flip side, if you have several NFTs, then you're still able to delegate those NFTs to multiple addresses. And in fact, the economic incentives are kind of such that you are better off if you do have 5 or 6 of the ICE NFTs. You are better off if you have 5 or 6 players and you have one wearable delegated to each one. You'll earn more ICE and XP that way. Because our objective really here is to boost the daily active users as much as possible. Our goal is 25,000 DAU by the end of the year. Here's an example of all the different golden wearables. They look pretty cool, obviously very flashy, so they'll be standing out. And the only way to get them is to either earn it yourself by earning ICE and XP, by upgrading the wearable from level 1 to level 5 over time by burning tokens and paying DG fee, or by purchasing it from someone who has done that. So we do expect these to be very scarce, just because of the amount of work that's required to achieve level 5. In terms of the drop, we haven't done it yet just because we wanted to make sure that everything is working correctly with mint, upgrade, activation, and delegation. And we're pretty much sorted with all of those different flows. We've handed off to our QA team, which has done a great job with testing the Ice Poker Metaverse so far. That is beginning to dive into testing these flows heavily. And so essentially we wanted to make sure that everything is working 100% correctly. So we don't have to redeploy any smart contracts before we distribute the NFTs, because if we did, then it would cause a lot of extra work. So, but we're nearing completion. We're confident that we'll be able to do this soon. But nothing has changed in terms of the terms. We will be having each NFT be 0.1 ETH. This ETH will be on Polygon. It'll be wrapped ETH. So if you just go to the Polygon bridge and deposit 0.1 main chain ETH, then it'll automatically swap it to Polygon wrapped ETH. So it should be really easy to onboard funds there. The initial limit for this first drop is just 1 NFT per address per hour, and then each address has to have 1 DG staked. And this is because we really, given the small amount of NFTs, I mean, it's only 500 total tokens. We really just want a wide distribution, and we want to give all of our holders of DG an opportunity to snag one of these. So I mean, we've gone over this a bit before, but I just want to reiterate, because a lot of people have asked these questions. In terms of ICE bringing value to DG, it's really from a few different revenue streams. From the NFT sales originally, from all the secondary sales, we have all of the sales on OpenSea and the Decentral marketplace going to contribute 2.5% fee from the size of the sale to the DG treasury directly. 100% of the proceeds go to the DAO. So obviously those are two huge sources of revenue, especially as we roll out more and more NFTs. In terms of the Genesis NFTs, we're going to have that DG requirement. So obviously people will need to buy DG if they want to participate and then stake it in governance. And we're open to suggestions for future drops. We kind of have heard both sides of it. Whether we want to keep this, raise it even, or even base it off of the amount of DG staked gives you a corresponding amount of NFTs that you're able to mint. So the more DG you have staked, the more NFTs you can mint. So these are all options that I'm open to discuss with the community after we're done with this session today and we have a Q&A. And then ultimately, we really just want to increase the DAU. Like I said, to 25,000 is the goal by end of year. So that's about a little over a 13 to 15x increase from what we are now. So I think we can do it, especially as we onboard guilds. And that's one thing that I also wanted to bring up on this call is we've ended deals with a few different guilds. They're popping up all over the place, kind of following the Yield Guild Games success. And it's really interesting dynamic because they have thousands of players that are willing to play the games and are eager to earn tokens and NFTs. And then they bankroll them by purchasing a bunch of the NFTs directly, and then delegating them. So it is really important that we had the delegation flow all sorted as part of the base layer of the product from the beginning, so that we can onboard these thousands of players each from each guild. So landed deals in terms with two so far, and we're speaking with several others. So if any of you guys have contacts at any of the guilds that are popping up, I'd love to speak with them. Just reach out to me directly, and I'd love to line up a call to see about onboarding them to Ice Poker. With that, I'll give it over to Leland for marketing.
Hello, guys. I would like to start by sharing a very positive and encouraging trend of Decentral Games exposure through the metric of the growth from referring pages. The 300% growth is contributed by all the work has been done on PR, on mainstream media, top tier crypto media. Those have been giving us the mass exposure. Also through referral programs, strong partnerships, which allow us to tap into our partners' user base or their communities. Last but not least, the SEO work also has improved our search optimization on Google. There's a dip in May due to the environment, which was the downswing of crypto market. However, since June, it's been an upward trend for us. Next, please. It is worth mentioning that with our solid joint marketing activities, taking the example of our upcoming major launch event of Amnesia Super Club, partner projects like Polygon, Coingecko, Decentraland have been supporting DG greatly by promoting us and our events to their communities. Not to mention, we also have garnered like 15 other launch partners, including media that cover various markets, and DJs themselves will be promoting DG to their followers through this event. Next, please. Yeah. Speaking of joint marketing activity, Coingecko will be promoting DG at their upcoming conference. It's called GeckoCon. It will take place in November, featuring DG as one of the partners, and Miles will be speaking about play to earn at the intersection of Metaverse and NFT at the event. And as part of the joint marketing, we'll be also promoting Coingeckos at our venues. There will be scavenger hunts, and also there will be prizes to be won, like the hats, co-branded hats, where it will be a hybrid kind of prizes where the winners will win the NFTs along with the physical swags, which will be fulfilled by Coingecko. Next, please. Lastly, through a lot of PR and exposure on media, one of the key elements of having DG exposed is through speaking at the conferences. So Miles has been speaking at a lot of conferences throughout the last few months, and with the most recent one taking place in Korea, alongside with prominent projects. Companies like Unity, Tencent, and also authority figure like the Minister of Digital Economy from Korea as well. So this is something that we think has been very helpful in terms of pushing DG brand to the global audiences. I'll pass the partnership to Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. So just a quick update that we're making good progress on a full streaming venue on the Land Vault side. We have come to the Land Vault launch event a couple months ago in Decentraland, and their community is really blowing up. But they're doing a sale right now for one of their first sort of games too. So excited about that partnership. That'll be a lot of fun. Miles already mentioned a couple of the partnerships that we're spinning up with some of the guilds. Nothing official to announce there yet, but it's going to be really critical to getting thousands of new users over the next couple months. And then on the next slide, just a shout out to Gabe and Leland in particular for all the incredible partners that we're going to have for this Amnesia event for 2 days. So really hope to see everyone there. For more details on the event, pass it over to Murph.
All right, thank you, Ryan, and hello everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. So for upcoming special events, actually even sooner than these today, in about an hour and a half, we have a special solo exhibit of a guild artist, Silly Thorn. So definitely come check it out. We got POAP music. We'll be in Discord talking with the artist. Always a good time. And then on Saturday, the Amnesia Super Club virtual launch party. Super stoked for this one. It's actually a 12-hour event, and the headliners are nuts. So make sure you guys make it out for that one. There'll be all kinds of fun stuff going on, and surprises. And then after the weekend on Monday, we have Pentoshi and Friends Meta Party. So there'll actually be a live DJ performing for that. Come check it out. Immediately following that is our casino night. And then next Friday, we have a special event with Aluna, who's a musician, and we're doing an onboarding and welcome party for her fan base. So if you're interested in checking that out and you want to join us for that fiesta, should be a bunch of new folks and a lot of fun. Next slide, please. All right, so our regulars definitely have noticed, and I'd like to review the updated prize model. So we've reduced some of the prizes for the free play and crypto competitions. Nothing too drastic. We're actually added some wearables. It's just been, for longevity and sustainability. This is an update we made to the free play. So first place for free play is no longer cash prize. It's going to be a wearable on Matic. So one of those new Polygon wearables that Sauce has been crafting up. A lot of really cool options, so it'll be fun. But you can see all the numbers on the event pages. They've all been updated. Next, please. Crypto competitions as well. So just adjusted some of the prizes, and again, we can find these on the event pages themselves. So all of those have been updated. Nothing too major. So just wanted to make sure everybody was aware. And then the next slide. All right, and I know our regulars are used to our schedule, but for those newer or new folks, I wanted to make sure that everybody's aware of our weekly events. So every Monday we have Crypto Casino Night at 9 p.m. UTC. This week it's actually going to be at 10 p.m. and we have the special Meta Party at 9. So it'll be back-to-back party time. Wednesdays we have our Casino Night Chateau Satoshi, so it's a little earlier in the day and at that deco modern venue we have. It's really nice. And then Thursdays it picks up. We got 3 events starting early on Thursday morning, a crypto night geared towards Asia and Australia. We're actually looking at making that a little bit earlier. I know with time changes and things, I've got some feedback from the communities that it's still pretty late for that part of the world. So look at any updates if that's one of the events that you're really excited about. We'll be adjusting that so everybody gets a fair chance. And then Immersive Pop Rocks every Friday. It's been every week. It gets better, I swear. It's a lot of fun. Everybody's talking, engaging, and you can put in your requests. Pop Rocks is really fun DJ, to some live guitar, stuff like that too. So definitely check it out. And then we have NFT Crypto Casino Night immediately following that. This Saturday is a little different because we have our blowout party for Amnesia, but traditionally Saturdays we have Noche de Casino, which is a free play competition for the Spanish-speaking community, and our Spanish community lead does an amazing job. We usually show some NFTs, play some fun music, and it's a really good time. So definitely come check it out. And that's all I got. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Murph. So yeah, now we have a bit of time to open it up for questions. I am looking at the voice channel text chat. If you have any other questions specifically you'd like to bring up, or if you'd like to hop on voice, just shoot a message in there. I'm seeing some discussion around some of the NFT drops. So, and then the gas per Polygon network for the split. Yeah. So in terms of the Polygon split, yeah, you'll have to pay the gas. I believe we could potentially do it so that we do a meta transaction and pay for it. We'll get back to you on that. I'm still kind of sorting out the smart contract for that swap for the new DG. And yeah, the kind of prospects for 5 DG stake for 5 NFTs right now, the way it's set up is if you want 5 NFTs, then you'd have to stake 1 DG on 5 different addresses and then mint it on all those different addresses separately. But yeah, in the future, I mean, we are open to doing it differently for additional drops, as we want to onboard several thousand users into Ice Poker. So in order to mint several, we could add some type of logic where you could have more minting power the more DG you have staked. Open to suggestions though. Let's see. Looking at the chat. Yeah, if you have any questions or anything you want to bring up, now's the time. Right. It doesn't seem like anyone has any specific items that they'd like to bring up. So I guess the team can get back to work on building Ice Poker and pushing all these updates. Yeah, seems like a quiet day. But yeah, I mean, if there's anything else that pops up, definitely just toss it in the Discord and we can sort it out. But yeah, I mean, we're just head down, kind of grinding to get this all ready and launched by end of month, and get those NFTs to you guys, because we feel like this is going to be big for DG and our daily active user count, and really putting us on the map in a market that seems to be heating up pretty heavily around play to earn. And I feel like by kind of being a first mover in play to earn, obviously after Axie, and being live, at a time when a lot of folks are scrambling to add play to earn type of aspects and EV positive aspects to their games, it could be pretty lucrative for the community. So happy to have everyone on board for this, and we'll be sharing several updates very soon around NFT distribution, and then the launch of the Ice Poker. And I'm sure our QA's team will want to get some feedback regarding the Ice Poker from the beta testers. So thanks everyone for participating in the beta testing. Really appreciate all of the feedback from Ice Poker and Crypto Poker. It's been super helpful to incorporate it into the product. And last thing, if anyone is attending NFT NYC, we're going to be hosting an in-person event for the DG community. We're looking into renting out a venue somewhere and potentially with some of our partners. And this is on top of the kind of promotion and sponsorship that we're doing with the Pope scavenger hunt throughout the city. So really looking forward to meeting some of you guys. If you have any ideas, or if you want to be put on the guest list, reach out to Murph, and he can add you to our guest list, because it's actually going to be invite only, just to make sure we don't go over capacity. So if you're interested in meeting us and hanging out for an evening and potentially an open bar, definitely reach out to Murph. And with that, thanks everyone for joining, and see you guys in 2 weeks.